It is the 11th of May, 2021. Welcome to the Christian History Almanac, brought to you by 1517 at 1517.org. I'm Dan Van Voorhis. Whenever a religion ties itself to a specific plot of land and then claims that the religion dictates that they keep that plot of land, we've got trouble. And one of the truly attractive elements of the Christian faith is that it is decentralized from one land or one people. The other Abrahamic faiths, Judaism and Islam, have not had such a luxury, and this has led to perennial strife in the Middle East. Unfortunately, Christians have had a hard time with the idolatry of place, and this has given the history of the church both metropolitan and militant aspects. If we're looking at the early church, we obviously can look at Rome after the conversion of Constantine, but too often with Rome, when we see the empire falling to the Goths, etc., in 476, we move our attention to the peasants and plagues of the medieval world. Except, of course, the Roman Empire didn't fall in 476. By 476, the empire had already moved its de facto capital from Rome to Constantinople, and it would remain there until the fall of Constantinople in 1453. And it was on this day, the 11th of May in 330, that Constantine had his new Byzantine city consecrated as Constantinople and the new capital of the Roman Empire. In honor of this anniversary today, we are going to go through a list of the 5 things you should know about Constantinople. First, its location. It is on the Bosphorus Strait. That's the strait which links the Black Sea and the Mediterranean. It was the easternmost of the western cities and has always served as a bridge between the East and the West, between European and Asian, between Occidental and Oriental. There are few pieces of land more geographically significant than this place. Number 2, some claim that Constantine wanted a refresh for the empire to get away from the pagan Roman roots, except that when he built Constantinople, it looked just like Rome. Same kind of buildings, same kind of statues, even one of Constantine himself as the god Apollo. Number 3, it was the home for a number of the early ecumenical councils. That council at Constantinople in 381, that's responsible for the Nicene Creed as many Christians recite it today. Number 4, with the split between the Orthodox and Roman Catholic Church in 1054, Constantinople would come to represent the seat of Eastern Christianity, while the Latin West would set up shop in Rome. There was a time from 1204 to 1261 when the Latin West came into Constantinople, but after 1261, it remained with the Eastern Church. And finally, while it was officially called Constantinople, it became common when traveling to the city to say, "I am going into the city," which in Greek sounds like Eis ten Polin. Istanbul could become Istanbul and then Istanbul. This is the name of the city today, which was a major center for the Ottoman Empire after 1453, and of course, Istanbul, still a very significant city in the world. As we started with the show, Christianity is not tied to any specific plot of land any more than it is a faith for a certain kind of people. But the history of Rome and then Constantinople have revealed flaws in the human grasp for power and potential for violence. But even still, we can recognize the rich history of this city situated between two worlds on the Bosphorus in modern-day Turkey. Today, we remember the consecration of this great city as Constantinople on this, the 11th of May, in 330. The last word for today comes from the epistle to the Ephesians, chapter 3, a good word that takes our eyes away from nationalisms and towards Jesus. It reads, So he came and proclaimed peace to you who were far off, and peace to those who were near. For through him both of us have access in one Spirit to the Father. So then you are no longer strangers and aliens, but you are citizens with the saints, and also members of the household of God, built upon the foundation of the apostles and prophets, with Christ Jesus himself as the cornerstone. In him, the whole structure is joined together and grows into a holy temple in the Lord, in whom you also are built together spiritually into a dwelling place for God. This has been the Christian History Almanac for the 11th of May, 2021, brought to you by 1517 at 1517.org. This show is produced by Christopher Gillespie, who reminds you that every gal in Constantinople lives in Istanbul, not Constantinople. So if you've a date in Constantinople, she'll be waiting in Istanbul. The show is written and read by Dan Van Voris. You can catch us here every day, and remember that the rumors of grace, forgiveness, and the redemption of all things are true. Everything is going to be okay.